Okay, if you love making your home look expensive without spending a fortune, then you are going to love today's video. I found some incredible Dollar Tree items and transformed them into 5 viral home decor pieces that look like they belong in a high-end designer's store. From stunning statement decor to elegant pieces that instantly elevate any space. These DIYs are budget-friendly, beginner-friendly, and guaranteed to impress your guests. Trust me, you're going to want to save these ideas for later because the transformations are so good. So let's jump right into it and get inspired. For my first DIY, I'm taking one of Dollar Tree's most popular craft supplies and turning it into a beautiful wall decor piece that honestly looks like something you will find at a high-end home decor store. I'm starting with a pack of Dollar Tree tumbling tower blocks. So to assemble everything, I'll be using wood glue, but Gorilla Glue works just as well. So for the design, I'll be creating 2 different styles using the blocks. For the first style, I used 4 blocks. I glued 2 blocks together in a straight horizontal line and then attached 2 more blocks vertically at each end to create a geometric shape. For the second style, I used 3 blocks. I started with 1 block placed vertically and then glued the remaining 2 horizontally across the middle on opposite sides. The design itself is very simple, but when repeated multiple times, it creates a stunning high-end pattern. I ended up making 22 pieces in total, 11 of each style. And once all my pieces were assembled, I set them aside to dry completely before moving on to the next step. Now for the centerpiece of this project, I'll be using this famous Dollar Tree round mirror. Since the wall decor will be fairly lightweight, I'm keeping the hanging hardware that's already attached to the back of the mirror. There's really no need for additional reinforcement in this case. Before laying or gluing anything down, I highly recommend laying out all your pieces first. I started arranging the wooden pieces around the mirror, alternating between the 2 styles to create that beautiful sunburst effect with some visual interest and balance. Take your time with this step, don't rush it. Move the pieces around, adjust your spacing and make sure everything is aligned properly before committing with glue. Once I was happy with the layout, I used Gorilla Glue to permanently attach each piece to the mirror frame. This is one of those projects where the materials are incredibly inexpensive, but the finished look looks like it could easily sell for several times the cost actually. After everything was glued down, I allowed it to cure for about 12 to 24 hours to ensure the bond was nice and strong. The next day, it was time for my favorite part, the transformation. To protect the mirror, I covered the reflective portion with masking tape. You could also use paper and cut into a circle if that's what you have on hand. For the finish, I decided to use this copper spray paint that I picked up from Michael's months ago when it was on clearance for just $5. And let me tell you, I've been waiting forever for the perfect project to use this on. As soon as I started spraying, I knew this color was going to be beautiful. The finish came out looking like a sophisticated matte bronze with just enough warmth to make the piece feel elegant and upscale. Once the paint was completely dry, I carefully removed the tape covering the mirror. At this stage, you could absolutely add embellishments like rhinestones, beads, or metallic accents if that's your style. But for me, with this particular piece, I feel less is more. I wanted the design itself to be the star of the show, so I decided to leave it exactly as it was. And wow, the transformation was even better than I imagined. This piece has such a beautiful designer look while still feeling modern and timeless. The funny thing is, I was honestly this close to spray painting it black because you all know I love my black home decor. But I am currently in my trying new things era, and so I'm glad I stepped outside my comfort zone because this bronze finish completely changed the look of the project. One of the things I love most about this piece is how versatile it is. This is exactly the kind of budget-friendly DIY that proves you don't need to spend a fortune to create a home that looks stylish, polished, and expensive. For this DIY, I picked up 2 of these plastic planters from Dollar Tree, along with 2 of these clear saucer plates. Not only is this project very beautiful, it is also very functional and versatile, as you would see. The first thing I did was remove all the labels and give everything a quick wipe down to make sure the surfaces were clean and ready for glue. Next, I took the two glass saucers and glued them together with the inward sides facing each other. I'm using Gorilla Glue for this because I want a strong bond that will last over time. You could also use E6000 glue for this, but no hot glue, okay? Once glued together, I will set them aside to dry completely. Make sure to wipe off any excesses before you let them dry properly. Okay, so while those were drying, I moved on to the planters. And after removing the labels, I flipped over one of the planters upside down and applied both Gorilla Glue and hot glue around the center. The Gorilla Glue gives me long-term strength, while the hot glue helps hold everything in place immediately. I then attached the glass saucer piece to the center of the planter. That is the reverse side. Once that was secure, I glued the second planter on top, creating this beautiful hourglass shape. And can we just take a moment to appreciate how good this already looks before paint? The shape alone instantly reminds me of one of those designer accent tables and planters that cost a small fortune. After everything was fully dry, it was time for paint. I reached for this pastel green spray paint and coated the entire piece. To make this piece even more versatile, I also grabbed one of the Dollar Tree planter trays, this black one, which I will also spray paint the same color. Well, at least it was supposed to be pastel green, as you can see right now. But somewhere along the way, it decided it wanted to become a beautiful aqua blue pastel instead. And honestly, I'm not even mad about it. The color ended up being absolutely gorgeous. It feels fresh, it feels bright, it feels summery. Just perfect. What do you think? And it adds such a fun pop of color without being overwhelming. And that planter tray we also painted can be used as a removable tabletop whenever I want. That little addition completely transforms this project. With the tray on top, it becomes a stylish side table. Remove the tray and it's an elevated planter. And because the center is hollow, it can even double up as a hidden storage. I love DIY projects that work harder than one purpose. Those are always the projects that make a home feel more intentional and custom. If you've been looking for a statement wall piece that instantly elevates the room and makes your home feel more polished and expensive, this project is definitely for you. For this DIY, I grabbed 6 more of these hexagonal mirrors from Dollar Tree. Now, if you watched my last video, you might remember that I used these same mirrors to create a decorative vase. Well, today, we're taking them in a completely different direction. The first thing I did was remove the protective film from each mirror and begin laying them out face down. As I arranged them, I made sure the hanging tab on the back of every mirror was facing outward. That way, once the project is complete, it can easily be hung from multiple directions depending on how I decide to style it. Once I was happy with the layout, I started creating small gaps between each mirror. I just eyeballed the spacing, but if you want perfectly uniform gaps, you can place 2 skewers between each mirror while arranging them. Next, I grabbed these craft sticks from Dollar Tree. Instead of gluing the mirrors directly together, I used these craft sticks on the back to connect and reinforce everything while still keeping the gaps. I glued 4 craft sticks across each gap to create a strong support system. You can absolutely use a combination of Gorilla Glue and hot glue here if you'd like. Okay, the hot glue helps hold everything in place immediately, while the Gorilla Glue creates a much stronger long-term bond. Now I know some of you are probably wondering, Nora, why didn't you just glue the mirrors together? Trust me, there's a method to my madness, and you're about to see why. Once all of the supports were attached and fully secure, I carefully flipped the entire piece over. And honestly, I already loved how it looked. The small gaps between the mirrors gave it such a modern and architectural feel. but I wanted to take it one step further. So I reached for these 4 diamond gems, because sometimes it's those tiny details that transform a project from looking homemade to looking designer inspired. And let me tell you, these little gems completely changed the game. Using Gorilla Glue, I applied a thin line along each gap and carefully placed the gems one by one. Each section used 12 gems, and for the entire project, I used 72 gems in total. Yes, it took a little patience, but the end result was absolutely worth it, guys. Once everything was attached, I left it alone for a full 24 hours to secure and cure completely. And when I finally came back and hung it up, wow, this project exceeded my expectations, guys. The mirrors reflect light beautifully throughout the room, the geometric shape gives it a modern high-end feel, and those sparkling gems add just the right amount of glamour without being overwhelming. It's one of those pieces that immediately catches your eye when you walk into the room. And what's really amazing is how expensive it looks up close. The gems catch the light throughout the day and create subtle little sparkles that makes the entire piece feel so much more luxurious. Okay, so before we move on to our next project, let's talk about today's word of the day. The word of the day today is elegance, because elegance isn't about spending the most money. It is not about filling your home with expensive things. Elegance is about thoughtful details, intentional choices, and creating beauty in a way that feels effortless. And I think these projects today are the perfect example of that. So please do comment elegance down below and show your girl some love. For this project, I grabbed this gorgeous candle holder, a beautiful decorative bowl with a matching saucer plate, and this coordinating dinner plate, all from Dollar Tree. Yes, my favorite store. Now, these designs are fairly new, and the moment I saw them, I knew I had to create something with them. The black and white pattern feels timeless, elegant, and incredibly high-end, don't you think? It honestly reminds me of something you'd find in a specialty home store for 10 times the price. Anyways, the first thing I did was remove all the labels and give everything a good wipe down. Next, I flipped the decorative bowl upside down and applied Gorilla Glue to the bottom. Then I centered it onto the reverse side of the dinner plate. And can we just pause for a second? Because even at this stage, it already looked beautiful. You could literally stop right here and have a gorgeous kickstand. But of course, we're taking it a step further. So while that was drying, I started working on the top tier. Initially, I glued the candle holder to the saucer plate. But after looking at it for a moment, I decided to flip the candle holder upside down instead. Make sure to wipe down the candle holder as well before gluing it together. And also, I do not recommend using hot glue for this unless you're not planning to have it last for too long, okay? Alright, so like I was saying, I decided to flip the candle holder upside down instead. That way, the wider portion would attach directly to the saucer plate, giving the stand better stability and a more balanced look. Sometimes during DIYs, you have to trust the process and make adjustments along the way, alright? So I'm doing this so you do not have to. And honestly, I think this was definitely the right choice. Once both pieces were fully dry, I applied Gorilla Glue to the center of the larger kickstand and carefully attached the smaller tier on top. I love that the center of the larger plate, plate actually already was marked, so it made it very easy for me to place that. And wow, this turned out even better than I imagined. It looks like a designer entertaining piece, the kind of thing guests immediately notice when they walk into your home. And because of the black and white pattern, it works with so many decor styles. The design is neutral enough to blend in while still making a statement. That's exactly why I love DIYing. It's not always about saving money. It's about creating pieces that feel unique, beautiful, and intentional. Pieces that reflect your personal style, and pieces that make your home feel more expensive without actually spending a fortune. And finally, for our fifth and final DIY, we are creating a statement vase. For this project, I grabbed two of the same planters we used in our second DIY. The shape immediately caught my eye because I knew with a little creativity they had the potential to become something much more expensive looking. First things first, I removed all the labels and cleaned the surfaces. Next, I used this electric hot knife to carefully cut out the bottom of one of the planters to create an opening. This tool makes the process incredibly easy and gives a much cleaner cut than anything else or than trying to use a utility knife. If you're interested, I'll have a link to this cutter in the description box below under my Amazon storefront. Okay, so make sure to check that out. Once the opening was cut out, I applied Gorilla Glue around the edge of the planter's opening and attached both planters together. Immediately, you can start to see the transformation happen. The shape becomes much taller, more sculptural, and far more designer looking. I set everything aside and allowed the glue to cure completely before moving on to the next step. Next, I used this beautiful glossy gray spray paint to coat the entire vase. The color instantly elevated the piece and gave it that sleek, sophisticated finish. Once the paint was fully dry, I grabbed these beautiful embellishments from Dollar Tree, which I will be using to decorate the vase. This is such an inexpensive way to add detail and make a project feel more custom. I use them to conceal the seam where the two planters meet. Not only does it hide the connection point, but it also creates a decorative designer detail that makes the vase look intentionally crafted. And because I'm a little extra, I decided to add 3 rows of embellishments around the opposite ends as well. I mean, if we're creating a statement piece, we might as well go all the way, right? The embellishments or rhinestones are self-adhesive, but if you're looking for a more permanent finish, I definitely recommend securing them with Gorilla Glue or Mod Podge. For now, I'm keeping mine removable because I may decide to repaint this vase in a completely different color later. You can customize this however you'd like. Matte black would look absolutely stunning. A soft stone beige would fit perfectly into an organic modern home. Copper would tie in beautifully with our first project, and even a textured terracotta finish would be gorgeous. That's one of the many reasons I love DIYs like this. You can completely customize them to fit your own style and color palette. And that's one of my favorite things about this project. It is versatile. You can reinvent it over and over again. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope these 5 new viral Dollar Tree DIYs that instantly make my home look expensive inspired you to get creative and see Dollar Tree in a whole new way. These simple budget-friendly summer decor ideas prove you don't have to spend a lot to make your home feel high-end and beautifully styled. If you loved these Dollar Tree DIY home decor projects, let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Your feedback really helps me create more content that inspires you. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Nook for more fun DIYs, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next video. And remember, your space doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to feel like you. And until next time, stay creative, stay inspired, and keep making your home beautiful on a budget.